Hi, everybody. Hello, YouTubers and people out there this week. How are you doing out there this week? This is your friendly host, Jason Banks, coming at you again with another weekly video in our series of top 10 crazy soap opera plot lines to take you through the summer. Okay, so we've arrived at number 7 now on this list. And first, I want to give you some introduction music, so here we go. There you go. It's a little catchy introduction music for our top 10 crazy soap opera plot lines. That is General Hospital's opening scene there years ago. They've changed the scene now, but a lot of these are from General Hospital, so we're going to go with that. Okay, so this week what I want to do is introduce you to this week's top 10 crazy soap opera plot line. Number 7 on our list. And this one is a murder mystery storyline. Now, that doesn't seem so crazy, but it does seem crazy because of the fact the guy who was the killer was absolutely crazy, and he was he was very played the part very well. So let me give you an introduction to this. This is actually going to be the oldest storyline I give you. It goes back to 1986. 1986, folks. Okay? So, in 1986, I was only 11 years old. So, yeah, I was 11 years old, and this was really my first major soap opera plotline I can remember. And I was intrigued by this one. It was a very curious one, very interesting. So what I want to do is give you a little setup of it, okay? First of all, it's in General Hospital again, and you got to be familiar with this, okay? Here's my friendly whiteboard again. The brownstone, okay? The brownstone. So the brownstone was a building that these two people named Jake and Bobby opened up. It was in an old building with a bunch of rooms in it. So what the brownstone essentially was this building with rooms in it that they converted into apartment-style living. Very friendly community. It was a very community-based living situation run by these two people named Jake and Bobby. Jake and Bobby were a couple. Jake was actually a smart guy. He was a lawyer. Bobby was coming out of a very abusive relationship, which brings us to our next person that you need to be aware of, and that is, where do I got my names? Right here. Terry Brock. Terry Brock is Bobby's stepdaughter, okay? And Kevin O'Connor and Patrick O'Connor are two other people living in this apartment-style situation, okay? And they actually all got ties to this city called Laurlton, okay? So are you getting this, folks? I'm trying to give you a good introduction. Laurlton is a little city not that far from Port Charles, where the action takes place. And they all have ties to that city. They all knew each other when they were younger, and so Terry Brock, Patrick O'Connor, and Kevin O'Connor. Patrick O'Connor and Kevin O'Connor work at General Hospital as doctors. They are MDs. So that's another thing you need to be aware of. Okay, now what you need to be aware of with Terry is not very welcome in Laurlton. She gets banished from Laurlton 3 years before this because they think that she's cuckoo. They think that she's lost her marbles. And this is because, number one, back when she was younger, her drink was actually spiked with something, and she ended up parading through the street stark naked. So the citizens of Laurlton didn't really take kindly to that. And then number 2, there was an incident involving a boy there, and naturally they already think that she's cuckoo, so they think that she's involved with that too. So she has a kind of a bad reputation in Laurlton, not deserving because totally she is a good person, but because of these incidents and because of the fact of the going through the street naked, she's viewed upon that way. Now, actually, I think what you're going to find out is I'm not totally sure, but I think the guy that ends up being the killer way back in time actually did this to her too when she was younger to make her look cuckoo. So there you go. That's kind of crazy right on its own. Is this crazy? Far out there? It's right up there already. Okay, so what happens is people start ending up being murdered. Okay, let me give you an introduction to the people who get murdered, the victims. Okay, so this guy, first guy, Neo Johnson. They discover this guy named Neo Johnson in the brownstone one night. They discover him lying on the floor, kind of in the common area. He's been stabbed in the back. And he's actually a cousin of Patrick and Kevin O'Connor's, okay? So Neo Johnson is the first victim that they come across. And then a second person is found, but not in Port Charles. This person's found in Laurlton, named Earl Moody, okay? And he is found strangled to death, okay? So the first guy stabbed to death, the second guy strangled to death. Notably, too, he was actually an uncle. He was Patrick O'Connor's uncle and a major stockholder in this company here called Purity Water. Okay? Major stockholder in that company. So this company has a tie into all this plot line, too. And then finally, the third victim, also discovered in Port Charles, is somebody by the name of Jennifer Talbot. Okay, Jennifer Talbot, and she is actually Terry's grandmother. Okay, and this death is very curious because she's found in the woods in Port Charles by one of the outstanding cops on the Port Charles force, Frisco Jones. He's a cop at this point, Frisco Jones. He finds her body. They bring it in, find out who it is. And she had a pretty big blow to the head, so it looked like she was killed by a blow to the head. However, they do an autopsy, and they discover that through this autopsy, that air has been injected into her artery, and it was a lot of air caused the artery not to get larger than it should. She had a heart attack. Now, this was a very curious finding because they discovered this and they're like, who can do this? Only an MD would know how to do that. So, 2 MDs that are on staff, obviously Patrick O'Connor and Kevin O'Connor. Okay? So, I'm trying to get this storyline all set up for you. We got 3 murders. We got people living in a brownstone. And we got somebody who a lot of people think is cuckoo and Terry Brock. And we have these 2 brothers. Now, and we have this company as well going on. Now, the suspects in this murder case are as follows. The first person that is right at the top of the list is Terry because of the reputation she had back in Laurlton. And again, it wasn't her fault, but she's right up there. 2, Patrick. Patrick especially looks very suspicious when they discover one of his bags missing, his doctor bags missing after Jennifer Talbot's murdered, and the fact that he's an MD. So he looks suspicious. And actually, the real killer is not Patrick. Third, the town sheriff is actually thought of as being involved in this. And fourth, there's another person involved, Lucy Cole. Lucy Cole shows up and she ends up being Kevin's secret mistress, Kevin O'Connor's. So and she doesn't get a very good reputation in the town either. So people think that she might have been behind it. Um, and Kevin O'Connor. Actually, Kevin O'Connor does go on trial for the murders, but Lucy is his defense. Lucy is his alibi, and she says that during the time of the murders, she knows that he wasn't. She basically lies and says that he was with her. So, so Kevin O'Connor does go to trial, but he is found not guilty. However, they are going to discover Kevin O'Connor is the real killer. Da 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 da. So yes, Kevin O'Connor is the real killer in this case. And what is his motivation? His company. Isn't that silly? Killing over a company. But the fact is, he wants control of this company, Purity Water. So at first, he actually purposely frames his brother to make it look like he did it, so that his brother would go away, be put away in jail, and he takes care of Earl Moody, he takes care of Neo Johnson, and he's like, hey, I'm next in line to get this company, Purity Water, okay? Terry was found sleepwalking during the first murder, too, so that didn't look good on her part. And then Kevin marries Terry. Terry and Kevin get married. And then his next plot, Kevin O'Connor's, is he's trying to gaslight Terry. Yeah, isn't this crazy? This is very crazy. He tries to gaslight her. He's drugging her to make her think that she's the killer, and even goes as far as getting her to admit it. He's nuts. He's absolutely nuts, Kevin O'Connor. Okay, so, and he figures that if he gets rid of Terry too, he's trying to make it look like, eventually he'll try to make it look like Terry's committing suicide. And so she's committed suicide, she's committed these, and then he's got his brother framed. So he's got all control to this company, Purity Water. Okay? So this is your setup for this crazy soap opera plot line I'm going to show you. Okay? So, what I'm going to show you now is a couple of clips about this crazy soap opera plot line. Okay, and they're both actually going to be out of this place called Catalina. Okay? It's a place in the States. I don't know if it's real or not, or if it's fictional. But he's taking her to Catalina. And actually, the good guys are actually narrowing it down. They have figured out that he is indeed the killer, and that they're worried he's taken her away and that he's going to kill her next. That is what's happening in these clips, okay? But he's taken her to Catalina on purpose because he is trying to gaslight her. He's drugged her. He's making her think that she's the killer. And ultimately, his plan is he's going to make her commit suicide, make it look like she committed the murders. And I don't know what his plan is for his brother at this point, but he's going to make it look like this. And then he's going to get the company, and he's also going to get his secret mistress, Lucy Coe. That's his plan, too. So this is what's happening in this crazy soap opera plotline. Okay? So, what I'm going to do now is show you a clip. The first clip, they're in their room on a second honeymoon in Catalina. Now, meanwhile, back at home, they're starting to figure out where he's taken her. So the good people, namely Jake is prominent in this. Remember I told you about Jake? He's a lawyer. He's part owner at the Brownstone. Even though he's not a cop or anything, he is a part of this, trying to locate them and track them down and bring them to justice. And Anna Devane. We've heard of Anna before, right? She's the cop, the WSB agent, former WSB agent. She's also involved in this, and she is a cop right now too. So what I'm going to do is show you the first clip, people. This is going to be Kevin in the room with Terry. He's about to drug her. He's about to give her tea. She makes it. She thinks it's tea, but he's drugged it, and he diabolically is going to make her confess to these murders that she did not commit. Okay, so check it out. Okay, just give me a second. Okay, so you're about to see this now. This is the scene of Kevin and Terry in his room. Kevin is in the process of gaslighting her, making her think that she committed these murders. So take a look, and here we go.
You have some more tea?
No, I've had enough.
Well, it's good for you. Drink it.
Really, I don't want any more.
Honey, this is a herbal tea. It'll help you relax.
I was even relaxed and fall asleep. I'm so tired.
You're all so upset. This will help calm your nerves.
You won't leave me, Kevin, will you?
Honey, take a sip. Please. It's good for you. It's a good girl.
Kevin.
What?
You're not gonna leave me, are you? Don't leave me. I'm begging you, don't leave me. I mean, not even when I fall asleep, all right? Because you're all I've got left in the world. Just please, don't leave me. Say you won't.
I won't, Terry.
You promise?
I promise. Okay? Unless you force me to.
Why would I want to do that?
You're doing it right now.
How?
By keeping things from me.
No!
Yes.
No,
You are, honey. Now you have to confess. You are a killer. You've committed a terrible sin.
I didn't.
Yes, you did. Now you've killed your grandmother, and you've killed several others. That's why you have the nightmares. Your subconscious knows what you've done, and it won't let you get away. It won't let you escape. And the only way you're going to live a life free of pain and free of worry is if you face it. And that's also the only way you're going to keep me.
No, don't go.
I don't want to go, but I may have to. It's the end of the line. This is it. You got to tell me the truth.
I'd never lie to you.
Honey, does this marriage mean anything to you?
Yes, you know it does.
Do I mean anything to you?
Yes. Yes, you mean more to me than anything in the world.
Honey, say it. And you have to say you're a killer.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
You don't have to be scared, all right? It won't go outside of this room. It'll be between me and you. It'll be a secret, all right? You can trust me. Don't you trust me? Look, if you don't trust me, all right, just say the word.
No, don't go, please. Please.
Do you love me?
Yes, more than anything in the world.
I want to believe that. Would I ever do anything to hurt you? Would I?
No.
No, I wouldn't. You know that. I love you. We both know you're the killer. We both know that. We don't have to talk about that anymore. I can accept that. But I can't deal with your lies. You can't lie to me. We can't have a relationship like this. Now, what's it gonna be? Me or your little secret? Oh, don't say I didn't give you a chance.
No, don't go. Don't go, please, don't
Look,
go.
you know what you have to say.
Don't go. I'll do anything. I'll do anything.
Say it. I only want the truth.
All right. I'll say it. I just don't go. I would die. I would die.
Okay, so there you have it. He's doing a really good job of gaslighting here, Kevin. And she's a wreck, as you can see, because of her, because of him, I should say. And he's trying to get her to confess to these murders that he himself committed. Okay, so now I'm going to fast forward you on this clip to a little later, and then I'm going to show you that where he actually gets her to do this. Okay. just give me a second here, people, while I do this, okay? So just bear with me here.
You have some more tea.
No.
You have some more tea.
Okay, just bear with me here, folks.
You have some more tea.
Okay, so actually what I should do is talk to you here for a few minutes because that's the only way I can get this queued up right. So as you can see in this clip that he has, he's trying to, he's definitely trying to make her go crazy. So now I'm going to bring you to the next part of it. Just bear with me here. And I don't know if this is going to work, folks, but I'm going to try to make this work, okay? So what you're going to see now in about 4 minutes is Kevin getting Terry to actually write down the fact that she committed these murders that he himself committed. So let me just share my thoughts on this too. This was a pretty great storyline. A lot of people actually didn't. A lot of people thought this was a really bad storyline, but it was very intriguing. Lots of action in it, and you're sitting hoping that this guy is going to get caught by somebody and be brought to justice. And we're going to see that on one of the next clips. But let me see if I can make this work now for you folks, okay? So, and if it doesn't, I do apologize.
Really?
No, you are. Come on. I'll put it on a piece of paper.
What if somebody sees a killer?
Nobody's gonna see it except for me. I told you that.
Put it on a piece of paper. You're the killer. That's what he's saying.
Not at all.
It's one thing to verbalize a confession. It's another entirely to put it in black and white. Now this will tell me that you are serious about wanting forgiveness. You are serious, aren't you?
I don't want to lose you.
You're serious about wanting forgiveness, aren't you? This is what he's saying to her. You're serious about it. Write it on paper. Come on.
That you can trust me, and that you always want to be honest with me. That's very important. And you write the confession.
What do I say?
All right. The truth. You know the truth.
You know the truth. Write the truth. You killed Earl Moody.
I want you to write the confession, all right? I explained it before.
Write the confession. confession. Come on, honey, write the confession, he's saying. Okay, what a piece of work, eh? This guy is just absolutely psychotic. So yeah, he's just got her to write down the fact that she committed a murder, so that she didn't do. Okay, so now the finale of the storyline I want to bring to you, okay? So I'm going to bring you the finale here, so just bear with me. And what you're going to see on the finale is a huge search, and it's very dramatic because she now, going into this clip, she has now discovered that he is in fact the killer. Okay, and Anna Devane caught up with them, but he outsmarted her, hit her over the head with her gun, and took it. So that's where he is. Jake is still around. So far, though, Jake has not come upon them yet. But so this is the scene that you're going to see now. He has just hit Anna over the head with a gun. She knows that he's the killer, and his plan is now he's going to take her to a very high cliff, that very, very high cliff at Catalina, and he is going to make it look like that she committed suicide. And that's what's going to happen. But is Jake going to catch up with them here? Let's find out, okay? So just bear with me. I'm bringing this up now for you, okay? Okay, so this is the finale of this storyline. We're headed to Catalina Cliffs, okay? And just bear with me, and I'm going to get this all set up here for you, folks. Okay, so here we go. So this is the finale. This is just after Kevin has hit Anna over the head with a gun. And Jake is out there still. And is Jake going to catch up with them to rescue Terry before it's too late and catch up with Kevin? Let's find out here on the exciting finale of the Laurlton Murders Plotline on General Hospital. Bear with me, folks. I gotta bring it back here. Not queued up here. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I promise this time.
Could she?
Yes.
Just be another murder blamed on you.
No! You have got to stop
The fingerprints found in this gun will be yours, not mine.
All this time, I thought that I was losing my mind, and you have been the one.
Honey, my mind is clear as a bell.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't, because you don't even realize that there's no hope for you. Jake is out there. He's going to help Anna. He's going to save me, so why don't you just give yourself a fight now and end all of this now?
Jake. If Jake were around, he'd be here. Right here.
He's going to get you. I swear he's going to get you.
I got Anna. I got the gun. And I'll get Jake.
No!
You know, that's good advice. That's great advice. Because if Jake were to hear the gunshot, he'd probably come here to rescue you.
You can't get away with this.
Oh, can't, huh? When are you gonna realize that you were the one who can't get away with this? Don't you understand that, honey? Don't you see? Once you realize you're gonna have to rot in prison for the rest of your life, you kill yourself. And I, the bereaved husband, will go back to Port Charles to pick up the pieces of my wife.
To you!
They're on to you. They're on to you. Honey, Patrick thinks that you tried to kill me. He also saw you attempt to commit suicide. Think about it. It's all set.
Yeah, you've got it all worked out, don't you? You're just gonna pick up your life and go on living without regret.
I'll finish up my medical degree at General Hospital, and then I'll go back to Laurlton and head up to Jennifer Talbot Memorial Wing in the Laurlton Hospital.
Yeah, I can see where you might get away with it.
Thanks. I consider that a compliment. Honey.
What about Lucy Coe?
Lucy Coe. Lucy Coe is a real woman. She's hot. She's passionate. She's not an erotic wreck like you. I'll probably marry Lucy Coe, honey. I'll probably marry her once I become a rich doctor. What do you think? Should I?
I think you were made for each other.
Oh, really? Then we probably shouldn't get married too soon. That wouldn't look right, would it?
My God, you are a monster!
Come on, time to leave. Go to the door.
Are you just gonna let Anna die?
Don't worry. If she doesn't, I'll be back to make sure that she does.
Here's Jake. Jake is coming now, and he's going to find Anna lying in the little place here. It's a little farm.
Anna? Anna? Anna! What does he do to you?
He hit me with his gun. Oh.
I gotta get you to a doctor.
No.
I've got to!
Listen, he's got Terry. Please, you gotta help her.
I can't leave you like this.
You must. Listen, you must. I came to before they left here. He's gonna make it look like suicide, Jake. You gotta go and help her, please. I'll be all right.
Damn it!
Please.
I can't leave you, Anna.
He's got a gun. Be very careful. Be careful. Go. Go.
knows that Kevin could have killed Terry by now, and he's on the run for that, Jake.
I know you can't eat, but have something.
Where did you get back?
Just a little while ago.
From?
Catalina.
Then you don't know what's going on.
No, Patrick. We know what's going on.
There seems to be no way to convince Patrick that a terrible mistake hasn't been made about Kevin.
He tried to kill me underwater, Patrick.
You saw him?
Well, I don't know of anyone else who would come up behind me and try to smash my head against a rock.
Terry tried to kill Kevin underwater. It could have been Terry.
Patrick! Enough of this. Now, my heart breaks for you. And I understand what it's going to be like for you when you finally accept the truth. But I will not sit here and listen to people trying to convince you when people are out there shooting guns.
You and Felicia were Kevin's best friends.
That's why it's very difficult for us to try to accept the fact that Kevin has done what he's done.
Wait a minute, Bobby just said something about people shooting guns.
Dr. Montgomery called for you a little while ago.
What did he want?
He couldn't really talk about it, but he's got a sanitarium full of hysterical people. Kevin took Terry off. Jake and Ann are following them. There were gunshots. Nobody knows who fired them or who got hit.
No, none of you know. None of you saw what I saw with my own eyes. I mean, you're being led down a garden path. I mean, Lucy Coe is just trying to frame my brother.
No more of this.
Let's say one thing here. Kevin made a point of not telling anyone about the honeymoon or where he was taking Terry, right?
So what?
Well, Patrick, if Lucy Coe is such a liar, how did she know that Kevin took Terry to Catalina
Check out that large cliff, eh? Wow. So they're right over top of this high cliff. What is going to happen here?
Terry! Terry!
I'm sorry. That's the end.
What are you doing?
Commit suicide. Remember? Everyone's gonna believe that you hit Anne Devane over the head with the butt of that gun and you killed yourself. I want you to raise the gun in the air. Fire it. Fire it. Nice set of fingerprints for Anne Devane.
You didn't kill him, Terry. I did. That's the way we have to tell the story.
Okay, How did you like that, people? What an exciting finish to that storyline. And there he went. The Bat, Kevin O'Connor, finally got what was coming to him, and he fell to his death off a large cliff. And she ended up being the one to hit him over the head with a rock to do that. What a finish, eh? What a dramatic storyline. And of course, Jake, did you hear him at the end? He said he did it. And that's the way they have to tell the story, because a lot of people already thought she was cuckoo, so he was trying to protect her and help her and making it look like he was the one that did it. So that is the storyline for you. They all come back home. Terry ends up being fine after all that ordeal. Anna, who got hit over the head with a gun, she was fine too. So that's what happened on that. So that is the 7th top craziest soap opera plotline of my top 10. The Laurlton Murders on General Hospital. So I hope that you liked that. I'm sorry it's a little longer. I guess the video clips were a little longer and I had a lot more to explain to you. But hopefully the video clips made up for that and you truly did enjoy those. So we'll be back next week to move up the list to the 6th top 10 craziest soap opera plotline that I'm going to bring you. That'll be next week. But I hope that you enjoyed this. Stay sane, and please come back and watch more videos of mine. And I hope that you do like them. Okay, until next week, take care. Bye-bye.